digital art program and graphic design just has a lot of high praise.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you expect to get out of the UMBC program?
I hope it kind of teaches me more, even not just focusing selectively on photography, doing like illustration or drawing or painting or printmaking.
I'd like a better understanding of music theory.
Because I do have a good theory base, but there's a whole lot more that I would like to learn.
I'd like to study some dramaturgy and work with theater history.
Mainly just designing magazines, advertisements.
What do you think the classes are going to be like at UMBC?
I understand that they're difficult, and I've heard that, and it's just like a lot of work, which is fine. Like, I'm ready to do that.
We had a couple of workshops when I was here. Seems like something that is completely new to me, and then there are some other things that I'm a little familiar with.
Just to sharpen skills, hopefully learn a couple things that I didn't know about or think about.
New digital stuff. But then also more like traditional stuff. Find the common ground between the two.
I have a few shorts on the internet that are high ranking on the sites they're on.
I programmed steps for this dancing simulation game called Stepmania.
I'm a part of my dance studio, Mid-Maryland Performing Arts Center in Frederick. I'm best at jazz, but I really love Graham style modern.
Each performance is self-discovery, and I think that each performance I get better, and I've done a lot of self-discovery, so I'm really comfortable with myself. So I'm willing to take a lot of risks.
I'll have people say, yeah, you're a good actor and everything, but the best compliment I've ever gotten is how much I remind them of Jim Carrey. My schedule will not allow it. I can't cancel that again. I'm booked.
Favorite songs, bands, here we go, man, here we go. Japanese jazz fusion music, Cassiopeia, T-Square, choral music from Monteverdi to Eric Whitacre, electronic dance music, that stuff's pretty dope.
Probably my favorite band as of right now is Architecture in Helsinki.
A lot of film music, your typical cinematic score to a movie, a la John Williams, not Hans Zimmerman so much. I try to stay away from the really experimental stuff.
No. I'm more into like the indie rock kind of music.
Really excited about UMBC. I love the campus. It's just, it's a beautiful campus.
I got that feeling that I was like home the second that I walked onto campus.
I'm excited. I think this will be a really cool experience.
What's lower? And that, or
started at UMBC in 2006. I studied visual arts, animation.
What did you learn in your foundation courses?
Cutting paper and pasting and learning about design. In my case in particular, that was a lot of cutting and pasting.
I worked at the Department of Agriculture for a year as a graphic designer. I know how to make the pen tool do its thing, but there are some people in the class that don't. I understand that. I understand that we have a wide range of skill sets, but I think the teachers need to recognize that. I don't think they do. I think they teach to the lowest common denominator. And I think it reflects a lot in the type of assignments that we get and the pacing of the class. Like I said, we get a lot of exercises.
VC1, VC2, VC3, VC4.
Instead of the classes preparing us, it becomes more relying on the students, in your class, your peers. You rely on them to sort of teach you. You're not getting the instruction that you really require from the classes. And I mean, for me personally, I've learned more from work experiences, online tutorials, my friends, than I ever learned in any of my classes here.
There's always this one spot right out front where there's always somebody smoking. That's where you meet people. You meet them in your classes and you meet them in the Fine Arts building, but there's not quite enough community. There's not like one spot to go. Fine Arts is a terrible building. We are probably like the of the school. The Cage, man, it's a to rent anything out. Really, we should just have this stuff. If the classrooms were prepared for us to be ready to go, and we're ready to go, then it should just go. We don't in animation. We don't have a render farm. We don't have a way to make that happen faster. So you're sitting at one computer and you've made your with the lights and the guy, and you press render, and then what do? You just sit there.
You learn quickly that you're kind of on your own and that you have to go to your peers. You can always ask for somebody else for help that a teacher might not be quite as knowledgeable about. And, you know, if you don't go to your peers, then it's like you're probably going to have a really horrible experience because it's like you're not getting anything from your professors, you're not getting anything from your peers, then what are you doing there?
Really, you're not going to grow until you hear negative criticism. You're not going to grow until you hear that you can do better. And no one's going to try to do better until they're told to do better. And it's not always nice things to say. And it doesn't have to be tiptoeing around. I mean, part of art is, that's bullshit.
How do you feel about the art community at UMBC?
Total shit.
So what you're saying is, skywriting isn't always positive?